Welcome to Kick Desktop's video tutorial. Today I will be teaching you how to set up your childcare's facility financial account. I would recommend watching our template video tutorials before watching this video tutorial. Once you log into Kick Desktop, go to the Account tab. Here I have a list of sample families that owes my childcare facility money. As you can see, the balance is here, and you can sort it by account name or balance amount. A positive balance means that the family owes me money, whereas a negative balance means my facility owes the family services. I can also search for a specific account by selecting what you're searching for and typing it in this box. If I pick a child and look for Jake, there he is. Above the search box is the status, where you can view hidden accounts that are inactive. To hide an account, just simply right-click on the account and choose the hide option. In the center, we have the name of the children listed, date of administration, date of withdrawal, and expense responsibility in percents. For now, let's go ahead and ignore expense responsibility. Down here is the payer. For this family, both parents are the payer and can pay for their child's expenses. So let's create a new account. Click on the Add button and choose an account name. Good examples of an account name would be a family surname for easier tracking. For this tutorial, let's go ahead and use the Carter's family. Next, we will need to add a child. Click on the Add Individual button. Pick the date of admission, date of withdrawal if available. The date of withdrawal is very important because the enrollment will be terminated on that day. So, if you decide to leave it blank, you can. And when the child's family decides to leave the facility, just simply enter in the date and the enrollment form will be terminated. Now let's select a child. This is where all the templates from the configuration videos come into play. So for our example, we will enroll Joe into our full-time care, so he will be receiving our full-time tuition. As you can see, Joe is 6 months, and the pricing of his age is in between 1 and 11 months. So his tuition will be $120 every billing cycle. You don't necessarily have to choose a template. You can customize a personal tuition just for Joe. Just delete any of the listings and add your own rates by clicking the plus button. Next, choose the billing cycle that Joe will be enrolled in, whether it be every check-in, hourly, daily, every certain day of every weeks, or 2 weeks. You can choose the billing cycle to occur twice a month or once a month, at the beginning or end of the month. I would like to take a minute to talk about a few of these billing cycles. Every check-in is whenever Joe is clocked into our facility within the class tab. This account will be billed the tuition amount of $120. Hourly rates is the same. The tuition amount will be billed the moment the child is signed in and will be billed again in another 60 minutes. Daily billing will bill the tuition amount to the account every day the child is scheduled to come in on the days listed here in the hours of care. So for our case, Joe's billing cycle will occur every week on Friday. Now this account will be automatically billed $120 every Friday at 1 a.m. Early drop-off fees and late pickup fees will be based on hours of care given to Joe. So let's skip ahead and fill out Joe's hours of care. Joe's hours of care is a full-time infant. So let's go ahead and choose that template. And here we have it, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Fridays. You can even change and edit the hours of care given too. So let's go ahead and change it from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Remember, you can copy and paste the hours in one time slot to every other time slot. After we are done, we will need to assign Joe to a class. Since Joe is only 6 months, he will be assigned to the infant's classroom. Just like the tuition, you can customize the hours of care right from here. You don't necessarily need a template. So now we can go back to the early drop-off fees and select a template. Let's pick the normal rates. So as you can see, if Joe's parents wants to drop Joe off for 15 minutes earlier, a fee of $5 will be billed to their account. As always, you can create a new template or disregard it completely and simply customize your own early drop-off fee. The same applies to late pickup fees. Just choose a template you would like to use. Again, let's use the normal rates as I set up here. So if Joe's parents pick up Joe 20 minutes after his hours of care has ended, the system will bill a $15 fee to his account. Instead of entering this information every time for every children, we have made templates to make this easier and faster for you to enroll children into Kick Desktop. All of the tuition billing, early drop-off, and late pickup fees will be done automatically, hands-free. Next we have transportation and water activities permission that can be checked if authorized by the parents. We are now done with adding a child to the account. Let's go ahead and complete this enrollment form by saving and closing. Joe also has an older brother named Michael, so let's go ahead and add him real quick. For a fun experiment, I'll go ahead and time myself and see how fast I can enroll Michael into Cake Desktop. Ready, set, go! Wow, 14 seconds. Seems like I have set a record. So, in less than 15 seconds, I have enrolled Michael Carter into Cake Desktop. It is that easy. Next, we will have to add a payer to the account, which is usually a parent. So, let's add Joe and Michael's parents to the payer area. Just click the add button and search for the parents. Please remember that these enrollment forms are all automatic and will bill the family's account based on the billing cycle. But what if Peter Carter and Mammy Carter are divorced and both wants to pay for half of their child's tuition? Well, it won't take that long to set up either. Let's take a look at the bronze account real quick. Up here is the expense responsibility. As you can see, Lucy Brown is 100% responsible for her child's expense. But for the Carter's family, they're divorced and both require their own accounts. So let's make an additional account for Peter Carter and add him as a payer for that account. Now let's rename the Carter's account to Carter Mammy. You can do this by right-clicking on the account name and clicking the rename account option. What you have to do now is add the children to one of the accounts, which we will have already done in Mammy's Carter's account. So let's go ahead, right-click on the percent responsibility. Now choose to split the expenses to Peter Carter and enter the percentage amount. So if they both want to pay for half, enter 50. Do the same for Michael, and both parents now owe 50% of their child's expenses. Of course, the percentage can be adjusted or merged back at any time. Another cool feature is the add group ability. For example, if Cindy Roger came up to me and said that she had 3 children, an infant, a toddler, and a school-aged child, and she asked me for a group discount, and I said yes, I would give her a great deal. So for all 3 of them, I would just charge $250. To speed up the enrollment process, I can simply click on the Add as Group button. Then click on the Add button to add all of Cindy's children to the group enrollment form. After I am done doing that, I will enter the date of admission and then group tuition fee, which in this case is $250, then set up the billing cycle. Once again, my billing cycle is every Friday of every week. Pick a template for early drop-off fee and late pickup fee. Then, under hours of care, I will have to assign each child their hours of care individually. So, for Eric Rogers, he will be enrolled in the full-time hours of care. Christina Rogers will also be enrolled in the full-time hours of care. Judith, however, is an after-school child who will be enrolled in the after-school hours of care. Remember, these templates are just an easy way to set up the hours of care and can be changed without affecting the original template. So for this scenario, Cindy told me that Fridays she'll be picking up Eric and Christina at 3 p.m. and will pick up Judith directly from school. So let's go ahead and go through each child to make sure the adjustment has been made. So I'll change the time from 6 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Fridays for Eric and Christina under hours of care. Under Judith's hours of care, she will not even be here. So let's go ahead and delete Friday, since Cindy will be picking her up directly from school. Also under the hours of care, I will have to enroll each child into a classroom. So for Eric Rogers, he will be assigned to an infant's classroom. And for Christina Rogers, she will be assigned to a preschooler classroom. And lastly, Judith Rogers is an after-school child that will be assigned to the after-school classrooms. Click Save and voila! You have just successfully enrolled 3 children at once into Cake Desktop. Now add Cindy Rogers as a payer to the account, and now the account is complete. Another feature that is very important is the acknowledgement form. Just select an enrollment form and click Print Acknowledgement. You can print this out and have it signed by both parties to keep for your records of the agreement of this enrollment form. As an added feature, you can view the child's profile by clicking the plus button next to the child's name, then right-clicking the child and selecting Profile. You can also view the payer's profile too by double-clicking on it. The next thing we are going to cover is how to post an expense to the parent's account. So, let's say for example under the Parker's account, Johnny went on a pool field trip. We can post a field trip fee directly to the account by double-clicking on the account and then post to account. Here you will choose the child that will be getting billed, in this case, Johnny Parker. Post the amount charged of $30. The person responsible for the account will be listed here. In the configuration video tutorial, we have covered what the charge category is. So in this case, let's go ahead and look for a charge category and a field trip fee would be selected. You can add a remark if you wish, click save, and now the account has been billed with the field trip fee of $30. Here you can see the date that was posted, description, which in this case is the field trip fee, remarks, and the increase and decrease based on each posting. And finally the balance that is adjusted from the $110 to $140. As you can see, these bills are automatically posted to the account from the enrollment forms. What if today Danielle Parker decided to pay me $1,000 for her child's account? Well, simply click on the record payment, select the amount of $1,000, whether it's a walk-in or an easy pay transaction, select the payer, Danielle Parker, method of payment, add a remark, and click save, and there you have it. Danielle has paid $1,000 to her child's account, so whenever Johnny's billing cycle comes up again, it will be deducted from the current balance automatically. If you would like to print this whole statement, simply click on the print statement below, choose the date, and then OK. And there you have it, the detailed account summary of the requested dates. Also, for that recent payment, you can print the receipt for it by choosing the transaction and clicking the print receipt button. Even cooler is the e-receipt. If the parent has an email listed in their profile, you can email them the electronic receipt. This will make transactions much cleaner and much faster, and don't forget your saving trees. Now, what if you wanted to send out an invoice via email? Well, we can do just that by clicking on the e-invoicing button here at the bottom left. As you can see, the account name is listed here along with the payer's name and balance with the email. If you want to send out an invoice for everyone on the list, you can click Ctrl-A to select all, and then you can go ahead and send. Or, to be more specific, you can control and click certain accounts with outstanding balances. And now you can go ahead and click send, and there you have it. The email will be sent and the status will show up here. And when it is done, just close. You can also print out their invoice if you wish, by going to the specific account and clicking on the print invoice button here. Now, let's move on to the last section. This small window to the far right, labeled accounts, will also display the same information listed in the far left column here. You can sort it by the name or by the balance amount. If you double click on the account, you can post an amount or record a payment made by the payer of that account. So no matter where you are in Cake Desktop, you can quickly view the account balances of families, or post a charge category, or record a payment. This pretty much covers all aspects of Cake Desktop's account tab. If you have any problems, comments, or concerns, please visit our support page. If you are still having problems, have a question, or would like to provide feedback, please email us and our tech team will respond within 24 business hours. We would like to thank you for watching this video tutorial, and we hope this video helps. Cake, it's not about what we do, it's about what you don't have to.